What is up, guys? Vincent here, and in this video we are going to be changing the battery on an iPhone 7, and I'm recording this on my old iPhone 5 because it's impossible to film a camera, the phone, whatever. So basically I went on Amazon and I did about 2 minutes of research, and I found that this battery manufacturer, however you want to pronounce that, gives their product a 3-year warranty, which sounds pretty good. So, and in addition to that, weirdly, somehow these battery manufacturers are having more milliamp hours than the stock iPhone, Apple battery that's in this phone. So in theory, you might even get better battery life switching to this because there's more milliamp hours available to you. So I'm going to, unlike other people on YouTube, just use the really cheap stuff that comes in the box, and I think I bought this for about 15 bucks or 20 bucks, I forget. But yeah, first things first is going to be shutting off the phone, and then to do that, hopefully you know how to turn off an iPhone by now. After we shut off the phone, then we're going to be unscrewing the two things on the bottom after I get this beautiful case off that I just got, and then we are going to be replacing the actual battery, and I hope that this is a half decent battery that will hold a charge better than this thing does. So stay tuned. Hey guys, so to follow up with this disassembly, I am one of those people who broke their iPhone screen in the process of trying to replace the battery, which is fantastic. So basically the issue here is that I had previously broken the screen and I sent it in somewhere to get the screen replaced, and while I was taking the screen out, they used a ridiculously strong adhesive right here, and it did break this glass. So now I have a broken phone screen to deal with on top of this, but fortunately I have a backup iPhone 5 that I'm now going to be using. But anyways, trying to stay positive here, what we're going to be doing is these screws right there are going to need to come out, and then we're going to be removing the iPhone 7 battery and replacing in a new Chinese battery that hopefully will last a little bit. So this phone has definitely seen better days, and I do now need to replace a screen as well. So with that, we are going to keep chugging away at this repair. Okay, and so I have gotten the pull tabs now on the battery. I've taken off the plates, I've taken off the display connector to let the display completely swing out, and now the pull tabs, I think a good technique is probably to just do this with them and rotate it like so. There's two of them, so there's another one right there, pulling off this one right now. And then once we get that off, we're going to take off the battery connector thing here, and then hopefully this old battery can come out and we can put in a known good one. Okay, and so now I have gotten the battery out, which was tricky. This was the little connector on it, and I did need to pry up kind of hard on this thing because I got one of them out successfully, but the other one was still on there, so I just pulled up on the battery. May have slightly bent the aluminum here, hopefully not too badly, but now that we have the old battery out, this job is actually harder than I thought. But anyways, we're going to put in the new battery, and the new battery, they give some new pull tabs if I really wanted to have adhesive inside my iPhone to hold down the battery. But to be honest, at this point, I don't really know if that's what I want. Also, you can see here that the battery is kind of dented or slightly because I was pulling up on it to get it out. I know this is dangerous, and so you should dispose of this properly. So we'll just set that aside very carefully. And I'm going to put in the new battery now and put this phone back together and pray that it actually turns on. So we will see how things are looking. Okay, and so we are almost done putting this all back together. I am just putting the screen back in with the cover that goes over all these ribbon cables. This is a very tiny tri-wing screwdriver that is pretty difficult to work with, but what I do find helps if you only have two hands like me is to kind of hold the screen in one place by putting your iPhone against, I don't know, maybe a cardboard box like this. That way it should be a lot simpler. And now is the moment of truth where I will plug in this iPhone that has now been cracked in the process of trying to replace the battery. I'm gonna see if it powers on, and it probably won't because I bet you they have charged. Oh, okay. So cool. We've got life with our new battery on our iPhone, and so now I'm gonna put this all back together and order a new screen to get this thing fixed, and we'll hope that this is now a good working phone. Okay, a very important point to make when you are putting an iPhone screen in or taking it out, and this was the mistake that I made in this video, is that I did not, as I was taking the screen out, move it down slightly, as in this way, and you just need a few millimeters. But if you notice here, there are some plastic tabs that you can barely see that are on the underside of this, and so if you don't move your iPhone screen down this way and you keep prying up on it from here, you will crack your screen just like I did right there. So that is a very important lesson to take away from the mistake that I made here. So as I'm putting this back together, I just realized the mistake I made taking it apart. This is my own iPhone, so I'm not too terribly concerned. But yeah, to avoid making the mistakes that I make, you slip on the top part, you let the plastic slip underneath like that. This should be flush like that before you begin pressing down on this. And so when you're taking it apart, the trick is to first lift it up very slightly on the left side of the iPhone, and then once you've gotten it up, then you pull the screen down to release the little levers, the plastic hinges or hooks on the top of the screen, and now this thing should clip back in. So that is the mistake I made, and so do remember that. This is a note to future self as well. So hope this helps, and thanks for watching.